As lawmakers demand the release of America's UFO files, the president's announcement leaves many Americans, including me, once again questioning the government's knowledge of potential alien life. And joining us now to break it all down, astrophysicist, Harvard University professor, Dr. Avi Loeb. So, good morning, Professor. President Trump ordered the Pentagon to begin reviewing these files related to aliens and UAPs back in February. What do you think? And are we actually going to see anything that we don't already know?
Well, thanks for having me. On Friday, I had the fortune of a visit by Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna to my office. We spoke for about 90 minutes, and it definitely looks like there are objects that either the intelligence agencies or the Pentagon cannot figure out, and that's what makes life interesting. The Trump administration obviously rejuvenated the space exploration with the Artemis II success recently. They're also pursuing the new age of artificial intelligence, but I'm most interested in whether we have neighbors, whether there is alien intelligence, because that could transform the future of humanity. And the question is, you know, obviously the government has a lot of data. Which part of it will be released, declassified, because some of the data relates to classified sensors, and some of it, of course, touches on national security. So we will not see everything, and the question is whether we will see some interesting data coming out in the first release on aliens.gov. That's the website that is currently expected to be the one where all the data will be deposited.
You know, and I like referring to them as neighbors.
Sure.
That's nice. That's a nice way to look at things. So when UFO sightings have been reported in this country in the past, the military has been quick to kind of swoop in and ensure that there are no national security threats. And since the government has mostly kept what they found from these kind of secret sightings secret, how much do you think will still be redacted when these files are released?
Well, I expect only parts that relate to national security to be redacted or not released at all. But it's really something that all of us should have a look at, and especially scientists like myself. I'm leading the Galileo project, where we are looking up. We don't just wait for the government to tell us what is out there in the sky, because we can build telescopes and observe it. And we are analyzing it with machine learning, artificial intelligence. I just told my research team yesterday that once the data is released on the new website, we will immediately examine it and see what it implies. It may well be related to mundane phenomena or to human-made technologies. So we have to look at it. It's all about the data. It's not a matter of belief or conviction or opinion. It's all about looking at the data and seeing what it means. And very often you don't know the distance to objects, so you can't tell how fast they're moving. In the Galileo project, we are doing triangulation, allowing us to figure out distances, accelerations, velocities. And we are still searching for something that is not human-made. Anything human-made is boring as far as I'm concerned.
So, Professor, here's my problem. And trust me, I believe that we are not alone, or space would be an awful waste of space. But I can prove one thing. Government in Washington leaks like the Titanic. And if they'd have had information, I have to believe someone would have leaked it to the media in the last 70 plus years.
I agree with you, but the most reasonable scenario that I can imagine is there are things that the government cannot figure out. And the intelligence agencies and also people in the Pentagon prefer to keep them under wraps in order not to be embarrassed that they're not doing their job. Also, some of this data relates to classified sensors, so they would not release it in order for adversarial nations not to be aware of our capabilities. But the way I see it is that there is something they don't understand, and I'm here to help them figure it out. And at the very least, it will help national security. We will feel safer. Remember the Chinese spy balloon incident, where it took a while before it was spotted and eventually shut down. So at the very least, this would help the Pentagon and the intelligence agencies in doing their job. But if we find that we are not alone, that would be the biggest revelation ever made, and I think it will bring us to a better place.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, having worked, spent decades in government, there's a lot they don't understand. All right, Dr. Avi Loeb, thank you very much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.